Hi there, good afternoon. Thank you for coming to this channel. If you're new here, please subscribe, share, and also leave comments. Today, I'm going to talk about a topic, very hot topic. Sometimes to talk about this topic, many people avoid because of the names, institutions, and people. But there is a reason why I'm talking about this topic is due for a while. Is due for a while, and I think time has come to talk about. Trump boycotted G20 in South Africa. That's what Trump has done. But there are two major events here happening this week and so forth that many people did not pay attention, especially those who speak English. They have more access to information compared to those who speak Spanish, Portuguese, and French. And this is a worldwide news about this, what Trump has said about South Africans. And then South Africans, they're very busy denying themselves. They're very busy discriminate themselves, destroying themselves. And that is quite interesting. For me, it is. It is and very important because in 1975, I born in Mozambique and I saw Alfred Limo destroy Mozambique. And then how that teachings, how Mozambique was destroyed, has been passed through to Zimbabwe in the 80s, and Zimbabwe done the same steps and destroyed themselves. And now the steps have been applied to South Africa. And many people say, no, South Africa is different. It's too strong. The economy, the politics is a democratic nation. Let me unravel this thing here in another way because I live in South Africa. I know many things. I've done business. I have things in South Africa. But let me tell you something that you don't understand. You as a South African, you with PhDs. My wife is South African, by the way. He has a PhD, and she disagrees a lot, a lot. I do remember when I worked for ESCOM, and then I say to her, when the rand is going to be £1, 18 rands, we have to leave. She said, no, South Africa economy. I remembers me, my mother, when I say to my mother, it was time to leave Mozambique. Anyway, so two things here. And if you that side there, you want to interact with me, you can ask for the link. I'll be a pleasure. I can give you access, and then you come with your views and your opinions. The point here is Trump outsmart the ANC. Brilliant, brilliant. And Mossad also outsmart the ANC. And many people, they don't sit and think about. Let me remind you some event. Do you ever ask yourself, JFK death, what happened until today? There's so many stories, so many intrigues about JFK, and nobody has sat and say, let me do some analysis, some research, events, what was happening that time with the enemies of JFK. And also at that time, JFK had a lot of problems with Israel. Even the prime minister of Israel resigned. So did you ever question yourself, did Mossad kill JFK? Well, somebody this week has come online and put out there that theory. Well, that theory sits very well, because you can't explain certain episodes and certain events because you start to realize, oh, when Bill Clinton was president, something similar could happen. Did this also can happen now that Trump is a president? Well, Trump went to bomb Iran. But anyway, we saw a lot of things. People talk about genocide. People talk about genocide in South Africa of white people, genocide about Palestinians, genocide about Ukrainians, genocide about chickens, genocide about pigs, genocide about everything. So it's genocide, everything is genocide. But nobody had said and say, how is possible somebody sit in his house, yeah, it's a bombs, everything drop around you, you still have $5,000 or more, and somebody comes and say to you, give me $5,000, I'll take you out of here, and I'll take to you the United States, Europe, France, whatever, never, with no passport, with nothing, and get you inside the plane and take you to Oliver Tambo International Airport. How? You see, here there are things you can't imagine. Well, that theory is true. Remember what the ANC push against Israel be condemned about genocide in Palestine? Yeah. So now the Israelis, the Mossad, and other people who defend Israel, they plot this so well, because if you hear what Cyril Ramaphosa is talking about, and then you hear all these people involved, even people inside the plane they're talking about, you start to question, there is a lie here. Why they don't talk about where this plane departure first? How these people got out of Gaza? How these people have all that money to pay these handlers for unknown destination and then up in Johannesburg, Oliver Tambo International? Well, the NC been outsmart. You have your big mouth, you talk too much, you don't measure, you don't open your eyes. That is the failure of this BE racist economy. When the BEs just think race is more intelligent, what is inside human being mind fails everything, all fail. So it shows you the security services in South Africa, the intelligence service, is a racist institution. Because if it was not a racist institution, it could involve all South Africans. For all it is in the white, black, Indians, whatever. Somebody could very well pick up this and say, hey, there is a plot against South Africa coming from this way. And those people from Gaza, when they left Gaza, how they left? Because Israel was controlling the situation, my friends. Israel had cameras, Israel had every single kind of technology. Israel, even they have Palestinians bribed to kill their own people, to manipulate their own people. So there is not much here to say. There is not much here to explain to anybody. So the question here is I have is, did Trump and Israel knew about this? It seems like Trump knew. Why Trump boycott this? To embarrass the ANC. The ANC became a mess, a huge mess. If I wake up tomorrow and that I had the news, all the leadership of the ANC been sanctioned, I'll celebrate. I don't drink, but I will buy champagne, the most expensive champagne, and drink. Not because I hate them, no, because they fail. They can't understand the world is full of dynamics. It's not about the color of my skin. It's about the humans. The humans, each human is different, thinking, seeing, and imagine scenarios. And here, there is the case of Israel. Israel is looking at the big picture. It's a small country. It's like my finger in terms of scale. But they're able to pull off. I don't like Mossad, but this time I celebrate Mossad. This time I celebrate every single human being of that institution. You know why? They've proven these people can fight for their own country. So where we fight for our own country. I've been here online many, many times trying to tell the people of Mozambique, the Zimbabweans, the Tanzanians, and the South Africans, let's wake up, fight for our own country. And we come here and despise each other. But the Israelis, they stand together and they plot. Even they make you pay for your own death. That's what they done. They done so clear. Well, the consequences there is a problem for. This is where you had my statement. I don't like Mossad because they plot things, unimaginable things, but there's the consequences that are coming behind. What comes after here is kind of come affect Israel somewhere, somehow, somewhere. But in this one, Lalela Baba, I'm so sorry. You can call me all the names you went to tell me. This plot, Donald Trump boycotting the G20 in South Africa, sends a message to the core of each South Africa. Black, white, blue, yellow, whatever color. Don't play with fire. You're going to get fire. And then you're going to get burn deep. And this is the beginning. And Mossad pulled these people from Gaza to where they went after Gaza. What's next? And nobody realized, put these people inside the plane, higher plane, take these people until Johannesburg. This is a masterpiece of history. This should be written in the books of history. This is very well coordinated. And so, why I'm here talking about, this is what is the point, is this BE shit in South Africa. This BE that Nelson Mandela orchestrated with his friends, that is costing too much the dignity of humans. It costs so much to many people, innocent people wake up in the morning, get inside the taxi, they will get a better life when they get to Joburg or Cape Town or whatever, or Durban. They will find a job, they will make their dreams, and then nope, go back home again. These people who every day they try to strive, they have this dream that tomorrow the rainbow nation will change. No, never. These people, they think, oh, the whites are this, the whites are that. They wake up every day, the greater podcasters of South Africa, SMX, blah, 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 Pandelis, whatever. Kulumilela. Only they talk nonsense, racist, and carry on with the same topic. But they don't look. The stomachs of South Africa, they need food. The kids, they need education. And here he is. South Africans been outplayed so nicely and smooth. Sometimes I ask myself, how did Donald Trump imagine all this? Elon Musk can give him advice, or the spies, they told them what was going on in South Africa. Look at the scenario here. I'm going to give you a scenario if you're a South African fellow. Look at the scenario here, very simple. These people got in a plane somewhere in Africa and been dropped in Oliver Tambo. Do you think these Palestinians, they will stay in South Africa with all the structural problems? Do you think these people, South Africans, they will accept them? Even the South Africans, they can't accept another black brother who clean his yard and lick his ass for 2 or 3 rand for a loaf of bread or Coca-Cola to survive a day. As South Africans, when they come here abroad, when they are sick, they go to hospitals. Here, the NHS. In the queue, even ever they've been told, no, because you are South Africa, get out. British people and Jamaicans, whatever, first. Brothers, The reason I'm here is very simple. I have business in South Africa. But what happening to me when I saw this Trump boycott South Africa and the Mossad pull out this trick, even people they're scared to talk about this name Mossad, because those guys they look at us, they say those monkeys. Yeah, happened to me in university. One guy told me, "You're a monkey. Africans are monkey." That's how the Israelis talk about us. This is the truth of the matter. Sometimes it's harder. It's very scary to talk about these things because you don't know where they are. They're gonna come and kill you, whatever. This is nature. Everybody will be killed. They killed J.K. Kenneth. Never nobody thought about this theory that Mossad could be behind. Everybody, oh, CIA, KGB, Cuba, this. No. Look to the books of history and make sense. They pull it, and they pull it so well that took years and years. Somebody pay attention to the details and say, oh, these are the people mastermind the killing of JFK. And now this one of Trump. So CIPC. I went to South Africa. They contact me. You need to come figure your documentation of your company. I went to South Africa. They say, oh, you need to take a copy of your document, go certify it at any police station. Yes, they say that. Listen to this if you pretend to do business in South Africa. Listen to me. In South Africa, when they tell you something, an institution, you need to ask for a printout of the requirements. If you don't ask for the printout of the requirements, you're going to go 1, 2, until you die. Until you die. Because every time you go back, there will be a different requirement. And that was my mistake. So, in South Africa, the South Africans, they don't trust each other. I'll give you a lot of scenarios here for you to believe or trust. And this is why Trump took the decision to boycott this. This is the reason why Mossad played so well with these refugees, Palestinian refugees, because they knew the game. And so play, in my case, so I went to the police station, Santon. Listen the name, Santon. Don't ever in your lifetime go to the police station in Santon. You become a criminal, even you have rights. I saw many things happening in Santon. I can tell you stories, endless stories. If they rob you something, somebody come robs from you, you are the one have to indemnize the guy rob you. If you catch the guy, you are the criminal, not the guy robbed from you. This is a police station of Stanton. I'm talking about the truth. So I went to the police station in Stanton, took a copy of my passport, recognized the passport. I'm resident in South Africa. I have, that is another story to tell you, all the paperwork. That big A4 paper that you have to walk up every day in the morning, put in front of your shirt and go out in the street so everybody can see you have a permanent resident in South Africa. That's what we need to start to do. We need to start printing that document every day when you walk in the street so people, they know you're legal in South Africa. Because if you don't have that, they will kill you or they will arrest you. So I took everything. I went to police station. The policeman there was nice, talking to a lady, nice mama. Morning, lalela banjani, kujani, yes, sikona. Yeah, danki. I want to certify this document. Oh, for what? Yes, for CIP. See. Boom, sign everything, bang. Follow the instructions. You have to load it in online and send it in. I send it in. So I finish, recognize everything, and the police station of South Africa, one of the most notorious police station with a lot of stories and very corrupt police commander. Many things I can tell you if I end up in run back in court. I'm the guy got robbed. I'm the guy who goes to jail, and the guy who got robbed, sent back, go home. This guy who you rob is a foreigner, he must be deported. So I done all that documentation I took with me, file it according the law of South Africa. I went to the web page, I read all the procedures, 2022, whatever, laws, whatever, file it, send it to CIPC. My company is in South Africa. Even before I born, the company existed. My parents' business. So, get to the airport, loaded the document, go send it to CIP, get in the flight. I went to South Africa. Listen what I went to South Africa to do. I went to FICA, my company. I pay 1,200 pounds to go to South Africa for 72 hours just to fix, because I could not figure from here. All the excuses they gave me of a hell of excuses. So now put in your mind, you're spending 1,200 pounds. Well, I have a business, I have to protect the business. This business give food, not my mother, not my brothers, not my family, not my country fellows from Mozambique. Give food, South African citizens, feed South Africans, give a job to South Africans. Even not family of my wife, that is a South African, because she is colored, she's diminished. Black South Africans. I land here. Check my emails. Rejected. Well, reasons? Because the officer name is not visible, the stamp is not visible, the rank of the officer is not there, the address of the police station is not clear. They need to give a number reference of the police, and the commander also should sign the document. This is the reasons I have. If you want to contact me on this video, you find my email. I'll prove you. I'll send you copies. We started the saga. Some South Africans live here in the UK. I went to visit the groups. I went to the embassy. Don't go to South African embassy in the United Kingdom or any kind place in Europe. It's the same to go ANC headquarters. It's like going to the Mozambique embassy or Angola embassy or Zimbabwe embassy. Waste your time. Just I'm giving you the tip. You listen to me. You better prepare your mind properly. So they say, I contact them. They say, oh, you can use a register, notaries, whatever, that have a legal authority to recognize document. The post office in the United Kingdom have the power and the authorities imposed by the government and the parliament for doing that. Anybody works in the post office. I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the last one. The excuses of denial got to a point where I say, let me research what is behind this. Let me not assume what is going on here. Because I start feel like I was being denied, like I've been attacked myself. As a business person, you can't think about that. You need to say, oh, maybe I'm the one doing something wrong. You need to create options. You can open doors. You need to try to say, oh, I have that guy there. I have this piece there. I have that. You have to engineering. So I start engineering until I came across Trump boycotting G20 in South Africa. The killing of South Africa BE, racist economy. How Mossad outplayed the ANC, how Trump, all these titles. And then I say, oh my Lord, What is going on? Let me just read a little bit and find out about what is going on. So, yeah, I want to read, and the question is, why do business in South Africa become a serious problem? Well, there is no single reason I'm reading why business in South Africa becomes a serious problem, but several common structural and environmental challenges make it difficult for many businesses to survive and grow. Here are the major factors. Number one, load shedding. There is anybody that know anything about load shedding? I work in ESCOM. I can tell you stories of corruption. South Africa ongoing power cuts still has been improved, but the media will take that. That is how business works. Production and manufacture, retail operations, small business that can't afford generators. This leads loss of revenue, increased costs, and business closure because of load shedding. Point number two, high operational costs. That is one of the problems I have in my business. But I'm happy. Every time they hike, people are still paid for because there is no what I sell, there is no in South Africa they need. And the South Africa they can't get it. Good. For me, I don't give a damn because they want. So the high operational cost, business face raising expenses due to fuel price increase, high electricity tariffs, expensive import goods, expensive security services. This reduce profit margin, especially for small business. It's true. There is a case of solar business. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about it because I know people that make killing in good money. ESCO now came with the tariff. What ESCO have to do with the panel that is in my roof? They can't supervise. They don't have an idea, no clue. That panel is Mapumalanga, that panel is over there, over there, over there, over there. But they won't charge me if I disconnect my house from their grid and put panels. They want to charge me for me to use the sun. Number three, bureaucracy and regulator pressures. There is where my problem, the CIPC. I didn't know until I researched. Complicate license process, and it's true. My business exists for many, many, many generations and moons. And the people have been doing this business, even I don't know them, but this business exists until I want the business. And one of the problems is strict labor laws. I remember I had employed a guy from Zimbabwe and other gentlemen from Mpumalanga, Free State, and was an accident. Was an accident, and then we took this gentleman, was bitten by a dog, to the hospital in Deep Slot because we were working that area at the time. So when we get there, was a queue, a long queue, everybody there. And the people knew him because he lives in that community. They saw him bleeding. Even they told him, hey, you go in front. When he got in front, people, the South African, they live in the community, they're telling him, go there. But the cadre of ANC, it was a guy of ANC, a Stuart or something of ANC. Hey, stop. Document. Is it just a guy of the ANC? He's not a police, he's not an immigration, just a guy, a member of ANC. The guy takes his passport, shows the residence, permit to phone. Hey, no Zimbabweans. Can you imagine Brazilian, South Africans in Brazil if they do that? If Brazilians start do that to the South Africans in Russia, then China, and Mozambique, and Zimbabwe, we start to do that attitude. These guys bleeding, a dog bited him. These guys, a risk of life. The NC people say, no way this guy gonna get. A huge fight, a huge fight. End of the story. A Boer was just passing, saved that man's life. A Boer, a white man. That's nothing to do with what is going on. Took a black man to Shoshanguve. You see deep slot to Shoshanguve? Because he knew somebody there and they saved him there. This is what is the fucking South African today. Sorry for the beautiful word. So now, I'm trying to make things clear, make business run, feed South African, give us a lot of South African. My document is being rejected. And then the NCs and Frelimo, they are friends, they're comrades. And that document has been issued by the fucking Frelimo. But the NC doesn't want. What did that tell you as a South African? How do you feel? See somebody here talk bad about your country, taking the reality why you're getting poor and poor and poor and poor. Because of this BE economy. So this, they say here, the bureaucracy and regulatory pressure. So the ANC has created a policy that complicates even you, South African, you want to do business, they complicate. They make these strict laws of labor. So they say you have to employ 20 disabled, you have to employ 20 yellow, 100 blue, and then silver, whatever. And then 20 Christians, 20 Muslims, 20 Jews, 20 that and that. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask you, when you go to the hospital, hurt, you need to be operated, are you going to choose the doctor to operate you? Or you want just a doctor to attend you? When you go to the supermarket to Pick and Pay, buy sugar, you have sugar, a row of sugar in front of you. Are you going to go inspect each bag? You're going to break each bag and choose which bag you want to buy? Come on. Apartheid is gone. It's not time to sit here and talk about. When we sit to talk about apartheid, we are glorifying the brothers of other mothers. What's happening in South Africa is so sad, so sad, so sad. Even myself, I don't feel proud sometimes to talk about. I feel pain. And many people run away when you hear this thing. People talk about South Africa. They start discriminating. Say, I don't want to listen to this because you are touching their heart. You are touching their soul. You are touching. And then you want to say South Africa is the greatest country on the face of the earth. It's a hell. It is a hell. You can't believe. And here is, until now I realize, and this is good news for me because I was asking myself, I do need to keep this fucking business in South Africa for what? Let me close. This thing only brings me nightmare. I'm employing people, I'm giving people food. Let those stupid die angry because they want people, they don't like them. And that It's my attitude, not because I'm angry. No. I want to bring that the Rainbow Nation values no longer. That is toilet paper. That South African people deserve respect. My wife, yes, is my wife. My kids, my sister-in-law, whatever, yeah. But in business, I wish Donald Trump could sanction every single person of the ANC. I wish Donald Trump, before leave the White House, make a hell to the ANC. A hell. For you on the street to understand what I'm talking about. For you on the street to understand that loaf of bread that you put in your mouth. Somebody works harder to make it. And that guy is from Malawi, and that guy is from Zimbabwe, that guy from Mozambique is not a South African, because South Africans, the only ones spend the time discriminate, talking nonsense, drinking, smoking, and make other people's life hell. Robbing, destroying people's house. And this is truth. You arrive, if you're an immigration officer, you're going to tell me I'm lying. You arrive any border of South Africa, any fucking border of South Africa. If your documentation, your paperwork, your visa, everything, your money, everything. You present your passport, bam, here's my passport. They open, they look the visa, pam, pam. Excuse me, where did you get this visa? How much cost this visa? Why you come to South Africa? Prove me where you're gonna stay, how much you have, blah, 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 blah. You've been in South Africa 1, 2, 3, 4 times. You left on time, but why you came back here? Why you didn't stay in your country? Gentlemen, I came here because I'm a business person. I'm in transit, whatever. Boom, boom, deny visa. I saw it. In Kumati Port, Bed Bridge, how they treat their own brothers. I'm talking to you about Kumati Port. The white people, South Africans, they stay. I have pictures I can show you. You can go there anytime. You're going to see yourself. How our own brothers, South African blacks like us, they don't give a damn a fuck. They treat Mozambican people like shit, really shit, toilet shit. And that reflects all across. If you are driving from Komati Port to Nelspruit, the way you've been treated to checkpoints, whatever, and never, like you're a thief. And then this is not a surprise for me. I want to say, to be honest, if Donald Trump is out there, if anybody's advice of Donald Trump, man, give to Donald Trump that bell for him to drink. Give to him. You're going to call me racist. You're going to call me stupid, ignorant. You're going to call me all fucking names in this world. I want to tell those guys of Israel, you have pulled off something good. You have embarrassed the ANC so much. Even the fuckings of the ANC, they were think about deep. How? I'm not trying to sway. This is not sway. This is to express the frustration of reality. Basic stuff, just basic stuff, just basic. If today ESCOM can't pay somebody to go to your house, take the meter reading your meter properly. The meter reading is say 3009. The person read that number. When the bill comes 3 million watch. Gentlemen, what the hell is going on? So This is the racist economy is destroying. It is time for people start realizing it's not only in South Africa. This is an example. It's spread all over. This is spread all over. It's affecting business everywhere. I'm talking here as a business person. I'm talking here as a citizen, whatever. I do remember when I went to South Africa, many people say, yo, you married South African because you want a citizenship. I didn't went to South Africa. I was here. South Africans, they went to look for me to work for them, not me begging them. No, they begged me to work for them. And they're still begging not only me, many others, because the skills are gone out of South Africa. I'll give you an example. When I was in ESCOM paid thousands and thousands and thousands students from Cape Town, Durban University, blah, 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 blah. They say, okay, all these foreigners, engineers, whatever, time to pack and leave because we have our own engineers. That is the story they don't tell you about why Kusile Medupi cost you a hell of money. I'm going to tell you. Okay, they invest, they borrow money, they stole it. Machala Koku make himself stinking rich. So they invest in this group of young people, graduates to replace us. Fine. But that was not the agreement. The agreement was something else with ESCOM. Okay, guys, you have to leave, go back to your countries. All right. We left, the Pandora box open. I'm on holiday in New Zealand. New Zealand. All those young engineers that used to work with me, I can see them walking to work. I'm like, I know that guy. That's Jandre for Cape Town. I didn't talk to him because he was a piece of shit. I saw another guy from Durban. His wife was something to do with Jotex. I was like, I'm smoking, I'm sick. I just follow in and I was, this is the guy from South Africa. So, yeah, then your engineers are working. They left most of them. And then do you imagine how much ESCOM spend educating those people to replace us? And now? When you hear about this thing of load shedding, you know why there is load shedding? It's a very simple thing. The people inside the power stations, they don't know how to read temperature. They don't know what is cold, what's sand. They don't know when to stop and make maintenance. They don't know how science works, how the system works, the cycle, when it's overloaded, when it's not overloaded. They don't know what the word maintenance. They just put it there because the minister say it need to be black. You can pick black anywhere, in Barbados, anywhere in the world. And then, tell me, and then, what he will do, because he's a black, just say you put there. Even the British, when they went to the Caribbean, pick up the black population and brought here for them to be bus drivers, they educated them manners. They educate them how a bus works. Anyway, I am Mos Sempapanyalingwa. I hope I have talked to you. I'm happy about this policy of Donald Trump. Whatever you had, that is the truth. Leave comments and come back next time.